as you can see, is wanting more out of life. These are some of the little things that we could do to help us if we want more out of life. Of course, it's going to require a lot more than just this, but these are some of the little steps that I do when I realized that I wanted more out of life. You could try them, you could add them to your list of other stuff, or you could just start here. But this video, if you click on this video, obviously that you want more out of life. We all do, so I'm hoping that you do too. All right, so please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. As you can see, as I said, wanting more out of life, you have to have the hunger to do what you never thought by your family to do, and you have to be able to step out, breaking generational curses, or just doing what you other people in your family is not doing. If you want more out of life, you can't get up and just doing the same thing that your family and friends are doing and thinking you're going to get more out of life. You have to be uncomfortable. You can't get comfortable getting what you want. You have to be able to step out of your comfort zone and get uncomfortable. So let's go. I'm up about 6 or 5 steps to help you. I jot down some stuff just to help me remember some of the stuff that as pointers to help me make this video a little bit more organized. Okay, so step 1, I would say, is saying no to family members. This could be one of the hardest things, because if you're a person that always say yes to your family, your family call me, give me 20, give me 50, yes, give me 10, yes. No, you have to be able to get comfortable saying no to your family member. And one of the reasons for this is you can't try to propel yourself while bringing the burden of others. You have to be able to leave people where they at if they're not coming along with you or partnering with you, and go get what is out there for you. If you take on that burden, it's going to hold you back, it's going to slow you down, and you're not going to be able to get where you need to go. So that's number 1. You have to get comfortable saying no to them, because it's just too burdensome, man. You have to go get what you need to get and come back and get them if they deserve it, because some of them just don't, and you have to be honest with yourself. Family can be a burden, and you have to be able to say no and have discernment towards your family member. Some of your family member, they know you as this person, but as the year propels and we're going into a new year, you are no longer that person. And people, because they know you, they think you are still this person, but you have the right to grow, you have the right to mature, you have the right to want more. And that will come with changes. You're going to change, and it's not your duty to reintroduce yourself to these people or keep reminding them that you're not the same person. You have to just be able to leave them where they at and go get what's yours. So that's one of the most important things in wanting more out of life. Stop being attached to that old person, or stop trying to prove yourself to people. You have to be able to leave them where they at, become who you want to be, and go get what's yours. I would say step 2 is you have to take a few steps backwards in order to go forward. And this requires you to be very, very uncomfortable, because it's going to be painful. Because when you used to be here and then all of a sudden you're back here, you have to be able to ride the wave, still keep the faith, and still propel forward, knowing that for you make 2 steps forward, half a step back. You have to look at it as a half a step back, because if you look at it as you're just going backward or more backward than you did forward, what that will do is be disencouraging, and you're going to be lack the motivation to keep going. So what I would recommend is just take everything for what it is, and take the good with the bad, and just continue to go forward, even when it seems like you're going backward. Honestly, I've been backward, and your relationship could pull you backwards. Breakups could pull you backwards. So many stuff that could pull you backward. I'm gonna give you 2 examples of things that was supposed to be taking me backwards, which did, but eventually propel me forward. Fourth thing is, I'm gonna talk about two relationships. These are my two main relationships I had within the last 12, 13 years. My ex-husband, for instance, like when I was with him, 19, 20, 21, he was like, I want too much of life. I just came to America, so I should slow down. I shouldn't want more of life. But I knew that shit didn't sound right to me. You can't want too much of a life. Whatever the desires of your heart is what God placed inside of you. And if somebody you have around you is telling you that you want too much of a life, that is a red flag to tell you to get the hell out. And getting the hell out may not be easy. And this is where I tell you will set you backwards. Because me breaking up with him put me in a lot of uncertainty because he was the main provider. This is me not even knowing where I'm going to live. This is me honestly going out there blindfolded. And I had to be comfortable, but it ended up propelling me forward. I had a slight misstep. Okay, I could barely afford my apartment. I could barely provide for myself. I could barely put gas in my car. This is all stuff that I was barely surviving. However, I had to make the decision to join the military because I refused to go back to New York to my mom's. So therefore, it ended up pushing me forward because then I joined the military. Joining the military, okay, that my paycheck was horrible. So I was still barely surviving. However, it comes with, you have to give up instant gratification for long-term success. So after I joined the military, my paycheck was horrible and everything was slow in the beginning, but eventually look at the long term. I was able to get right now I'm able to get my VA benefits. I'm able to get health care through the VA. I was end up to get help me get my VA loan for my house. There's so much stuff that becomes long term that was at the time at the moment felt like it was propelling me back. Oh, they pay for my schooling. My schooling costs almost $90,000, and that's not including books or nothing, just to pay for my nursing school. The military pay literally almost everything. So therefore, you gotta remember that things were set for you backward wouldn't go for things that was expected to take you backward but eventually take you forward. He told me I would never become a nurse. I'm a nurse, things like that. So you have to give up those instant gratification or those moments where it's going to push you backward. You have to not be fearful. You have to be bold and willing to take the good with the bad. So I had to let go of that relationship because I refused to settle where he wanted me to be, because that's where he wanted me to be. He wanted me to be timid and not wanting more out of life. And I was willing to give up the known, which was the present moment of me showing where my renters come from, showing to be comfortable and being there with him, to let go of the whole relationship to go for what I want. Quick, the second thing was like my next relationship, which lasted for 7 years. We only got broken up like 2 years ago. A lot happened since, but yes, but he told me like, too, why can't I be normal and stop wanting a business and just go to a 9 to 5? That sounds so sweet. And that was the most comfortable, happy, healthy relationship I've ever had. Honestly, it was amazing. I love him to death. He's a good person, and I will never say nothing bad about him because he's not a bad person, honestly. But at the same time, he was limiting me as well. He was telling me, I would just want you to go to work and come home. I don't want that security of a 9 to 5. It's not a security. Honestly, I don't consider 9 to 5 a security. If you're paying my rent, I have to wait for a paycheck for you to put that money in my bank account every 2 weeks for me to pay my rent. That's not security. I don't care what nobody said. I totally believe that a 9 to 5 or any kind of job that you have to wait for somebody to pay, that they could fire you, they could replace you at any time. New management could come in and shake up the whole place. It's just not comfortable for me. Me making my own income, me running my business, that's give me, and everyone is different. We all have different plans for our life. I feel like me getting my main source of income from my business is my ultimate goal. That's not it right now, but my ultimate goal is making sure that my main income come from my business. So I will always work towards a business. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care what I need to do, but I'm gonna keep working towards my business because that's my ultimate goal, where my business is my main source of income, or other means of income is my main source and not a job, like passive income stuff like that, investments. But if somebody gotta pay you for you to come in and do hours and give you a paycheck every 2 weeks or weekly, that's just not security for me. Okay. During this time, it just became tough, and I had to become literally homeless. During this time, it happened so fast. I didn't sleep on the street, thanks be to God, but it's literally where, when after we broke on up, it happened so fast that my mom was 10 minutes down the street, but I refused to go let her know what was going on. So I would literally go to the hotel, then show up with my mom that I need to trip to my mom's house the next morning for us to go run the food truck, because I would let her know what's going on. So, you know, we have to be willing to take steps back before we could go forward. The next thing is self-discipline. Self-discipline requires us to, you can't party. Sometimes you have to keep working on your business. You have to keep working on your goals. And it's, for instance, like sometimes it's going to require you to rewear your old weave. And it's not because you don't have the money to buy the new one, because you're saving that money towards your long-term goal because you want more. Are you going to save that money to put in your business? So there goes times I just rewash my weave. I'm not telling you to go look throw up or look miserable, but I'm just saying that sometimes we just gotta make the little sacrifice we have to make in order to get where we need to go. The next thing is staying true to yourself. One thing about me, I'm gonna tell you, I'm always gonna be myself. I just don't know how to be anybody else, and I don't want to be anybody else. I hate being fake, and I have to be myself, and I believe in me even when nobody else believes in me. Because if you take my track record, my ex-husband didn't believe in me, my ex-boyfriend didn't believe in me. Shit, some of my parents, not my parents, but my family member didn't believe in me. So somebody wake up and decided to join us. So she was sleeping. So she's in the video with us. Yes. So you have to be, as I was saying, you have to be willing to believe in yourself. You have to be able to keep going when no one else believes in you. And one of the next thing is honestly, have strong faith in God. You have to have faith. Without faith, you're not going to be able to get where you need to go in life, because you're not going to see God. The impossible is going to be staring you right in the face. But like the Bible said, with God, anything is possible. I'm not telling you to go believe in God or whatever, but you have to have some kind of faith to know that things is going to work out in your favor. You have to have that knowing within inside of you that it's going to be. Like, honestly, like when I want something, I don't care if I could see it. I don't care if I have the money to buy it. I don't care how it's going to work out. I tell God, listen, this is what I want, and I'm telling you, this is what I want, and I'm thanking you in advance. I'll just get up in the morning, thank you God for this, thank you God for that, thank you God for this. And I just stay being thankful all the time. Even when the worst set of stuff is happening in my life, I stay thankful, because I'm like, God, I don't know why this is happening in my life. I don't know why this person is treating me like this. I don't know this, I don't know that, but I'm grateful for this, because you are all knowing. You know why this is happening. So I'm asking you to just do what you gotta do so it could work out in my favor. I've learned in life that things happen to you, but it's not you. And it could end up working for you. Because I have a long track record of things supposed to be working against me. and it was supposed to happen to me, but it ended up happening for me. And I'll save that for our next video, but you have to be comfortable in having faith and not knowing how it's going to work out. You have to be comfortable, and that's one of my biggest things in if you want more out of life. You can't want it to happen in a specific way. You can't want, I want this, and this is how I want it, this. You can't lay out the steps yourself. You have to put it in God's hands, get up, thanking him in advance, write it on a piece of paper, write it everywhere. Every chance you get, you write it down. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for this. Thank you for my house. Thank you for my car. Thank you for my student loans going away. Thank you for my child. Thank you for my baby. You have to believe before it happens. If you wait to see the steps or see how it's going to pan out, it's never going to happen, because your way is not God's way. God's way is bigger and better than your way. So you have to get comfortable not knowing. You have to get comfortable of knowing inside your soul that you believe that you deserve it, you want it, and it's going to happen in your favor. If you don't have the all-knowing, all comfortable not knowing, it's not going to pan out. I'm going to tell you that the honest truth. God is a faithful God, and he only gives us what we deserve and what we believe we deserve in life. So if you're saying that I need this, I need that, and you're not believing it, I know I deserve a good husband and a good man. So that's why I'm not running and jumping in a relationship, because I know he will put that right person there. And I've known over the last few years to have discernment where I could know if that person is for me or not. Of course, I'll make mistakes. We all do make mistakes, but however, I do have discernment knowing that who God has for me, and I'm going to get that for myself, and I thank him in advance every day for my husband. I know it haven't happened yet, but I know it will, and that's why I'm not in no rush, because I know he's going to send that right person to make me happy. Not make me happy, but continue to enhance my happiness and just continue to be the best version of myself. So that's my tip for you right now. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And I'm not making no promises like I did on the last video, but I'm working on getting better at these videos. So please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Click my links below. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook. And if you need anything from our website, don't forget to buy. I sell Yoni Steam products, and I have a lot of tips and how to do a lot of stuff. So just follow me, and hope to see you in my next video. Bye. Say bye, mama. Say bye.